No
but
way.
he's still able to get two.
Oh my goodness,
Oh my
baby,
Lord.
baby!
There is not an answer for Ye anywhere on the map. Maybe not even in the region.
OPTIC just leaning in to the neon comps that they've been running at the beginning of the year. They started leading the meta, one could say, in terms of this comp specifically, minus the Omen on Fracture, something that they were going crazy with. They've been adding it on Haven, they've been adding on Split. Now, with the Jet Nerf 2, looks like they want to do the exact same thing on Ascent.
FaZe starting off on the attacking side here on Ascent. We've talked a lot about the dynamic duo that is Baby Bay and Dicey and how much impact they can find. I think it's I was about to say it's always interesting to watch Baby Bay on pistols in particular because he's been an absolute fiend in this stage, but alas, that's already been neutered.
And the thing about that dart really didn't give him a hint as to what was happening because Victor from way up top able to break that and just going straight again. Dry. Dicey just walks out.
Almost
That is super nice. They expect that alarm bot's going to actually do some work, but now Marv is left in a tough spot.
seems to be okay in these tough spots as he gets 3 on the round, and Ye with the...
When that fault line's coming out.
There's another fault line. Gonna push things off at least towards A main at the very beginning. But otherwise quiet on most fronts. Do they expect Ye here?
Fight's going on the other side of the map at the same time, though. And there was a trap set up.
They did not expect Ye. He was only able to get 1.
They're really just not winning on either side here.
Yeah.
It's just pistols, but really good stuff from OPTIC. Number one, to push on both sides at the same time. Not usually something that's happening, but also just to have that trap set up inside of A main. And again, this lane is just locked down because of the breach. Finesse, the fault line. It can't get in there without using a lot of utility. And even then, they have to wait for that to go off.
I got the spike.
Felt like FaZe poked and prodded for really the majority of that round, trying to get to A main,
30
as you were
seconds
saying,
left.
Bala, but never really came to fruition. And now, after realizing, well, we can't go that way.
This is still
Maybe
really
this way
doable. It's
works.
only a 2 versus 3.
Yeah, but it's got to be off of a big kill here, right?
Sure does.
Dicey only 2 bullets left in the headhunter, 10 seconds left in the round. You've got Finesse and Marv in a really good position. Marv takes care of Poised. Dicey. Again, Finesse seems to find himself right place at the right time. Bodes well for OPTIC fans if he can continue to control things here.
We've got a double flash set up here. Finesse is going to go for it again. And the second pop flash from Crashes.
Called it, but the Cod Burst provides a little bit of cover, just enough to keep them at bay for now. The Trailblazer going to swing back out, reestablish some control. Oh, the nade simming on all 3 of them. That can't feel good. Ye is still in market.
Oh!
So you see Victor going. That's vintage Victor these days. The fast lane ultimately provides a kill. Ye gets a second.
Spike planted.
And Victor got to safety too, all the way back in spawn. So now all 3, they still have control of this boathouse.
Take this. Go, go, go.
To give so much. Can work with here, but one of those pieces falls. The second one does too. Ye with 71 HP in this 1v2. This is weak. And Ye's not going to do it this time around.
So that Crashes was not going to be there, but FaZe still reacting in the right way.
Scout destroyed.
Sort of force use from Ye early on. Crashies with a ghost. Dicey with a bullet between his eyes.
Oh. Maybe Bay taking the time though, really, to trade that back, getting Victor off the angle. And look, Ye's actually explored a little bit. Marv is actually TPing for info all the way back. Are they falling from A main? Yes, they are.
Yeah, but where do they go from here? You've got Ye holding down Cat. You have an alarm bot mid towards market if for some reason Ye gets pushed off that angle.
Take flight.
So 45 seconds here. This drone actually does pull off finesse a little bit, but again, such range, and he has his fault line up, but he's going all the way back towards that B side.
Oh, and it wasn't just the drone, too. Crashy's hit a knife that tagged
30 seconds
Poach,
left.
so at
Cancel
least they saw that, but that's all they saw. It's coming out onto A. You see the gravity wall just a bit off, and Marv does not, as he's gotten 3 on the round already.
Enemy remaining.
Trying to anchor things down in hell, and he's doing a
Spike down A.
damn good job of it. He's already gotten forward. 13 seconds left. Poach left with the
10 seconds
unenviable
left.
task of trying to bring this thing back. He's not going to be able to do it. OPTIC up.
Marked on that A side. So far, it feels like it's locked down. Different players on different sides of the map. Finesse is the only constant over towards that B side, but we've also seen him towards Y.
He has been a bit all over the place. 3 pistols in tow for FaZe here. Dicey has the tour de force. Baby Bay, the only one with a rifle. And a relatively quiet start for FaZe.
I did like that segment that ended on the desk. Did about the defaults that FaZe do. A lot of times they're not supporting Baby Bay in the way that they are right now. In that match that they showed, oftentimes both boys. Nice pick again from Dicey. He's just really pushing the pace, clearing.
Didn't come from Marv. Paranoia there as he's going to get a second. The guy's on pace for dropping 40 on this map. Jay cleans
He
it.
tucked himself in the corner early on, but that's something that's lovely, right? The fault line, and you always guarantee yourself this position.
And this will be the second time Ye's caused problems from this spot. I wonder if, fool me once. I get the saying wrong every time, but you get the idea. Surely you expect him there.
All right, George Bush.
There he is. Oh, the Trailblazers are going to give the spot away. They swing out, and he somehow just narrowly gets away with his life.
He didn't actually TP there either. So that's still active for him, and he's going to try to work a pick with it.
Oh, 5 HP, and he gets... Oh, I thought he got away. It looked like he went through, but no. Nicely cleans him up at the end.
Maybe back to working the rest of the map. He's going to make some noise over. Superman has his ult as well. This could serve as both actually hitting B and a fake towards A, but no, it's just completely towards the B side as they work a pick on Cat.
Where are they going to go with the spike? It seems like it's still a bit unawares as they try to apply pressure on multiple fronts. Now the spike making its way in towards B. Got Dicey in a pretty good spot, but he's weak here. Ult out from Marv.
Spike planted.
Oh, and they can approach us from multiple fronts now. The bush feels a little bit disjointed. Remember, you've got Dicey in a pocket! He's only able to take one. 3v2 in favor of FaZe here. Gotta be careful because Superman's on the flank and he's right behind him. He's gonna spot one head. Oh no.
No.
That's alright, that never happened. See it. 2v2 still left. Crashies falls. It's all onto Marv. Marv, who's been almost automatic up until this point. And that's close by. No action on that side of the map, at least yet. It's a Blade Storm for Baby Bay.
Flash setup.
Oh! He had a shot at it, and there was the flash too. Pushes him back. Marv's able to reposition. I thought he was going to be able to get away to safety.
Spike down mid.
That's alright. Crashies is going to clean everything up.
One enemy remaining.
Oh, I think he meant to actually dash there, man.
Stay down.
Oh, that's
Ouch.
actually good
See, it
at
was-
staying close to his teammates.
Look at this buy out from FaZe. Baby Bay and Dicey, the only two with rifles. They're both the tip of the spear towards B here. Just like that, info gathered. Baby Bay takes damage, has to get pushed off.
Healed right back though, and they're dude, spotted this entire time. So that's just a free kill again.
And that one almost looked free too. Superman has picked up the rifle that was previously dropped by Dicey. Baby Bay is in a much more precarious spot.
They didn't have much utility to actually bring into this round, but both of those peaks, with 2 of the rifles that they brought in out of 3, completely dry. Oh, that's a nasty flick.
One enemy remaining. Spike
Oh,
down
he stunned
mid.
him with his own cock right there. And just went for it. I think he
30
saw a
seconds
shoulder or
left.
something like that. Now Spike's gone, so Poach has no chance.
OPTIC really feel like they've been a page ahead.
Fine, instead of going for what seems to be their perma so far this season, which was Fracture. So that's the type of thing that FAZE, it scares me for the series.
And if that's not scary enough, it's been a very pedestrian 26-6 start from Ye and Marv combined. So across 8 rounds, sure, why not?
Okay. Nice smoke.
Ye with the op, he's gonna get flashed up, able to teleport away, and FAZE take the space as he's able to take care of Crashies early on. And that's really the only bit of resistance that remained on the site.
Interesting that they go fast, and Ye's not there to actually receive in mid, which he has been in some cases. And they get the split on perfectly and use an execute to actually get out rather than trying to dry swing through. And I think that makes a lot of sense. Number one, what we've seen so far has just been dry peaks, and number two, you're going up against the best team in the world potentially.
Victor has ult. Dicey on the flank. We saw Superman in this position just a couple of rounds ago, and it wasn't very pretty to look at all. Dicey finds a bit more success before Ye stuffs that. He's gotten one with the Headhunter, and now the Operator. Spike ticking away, though, and they're still outnumbered. Yeah, it looks like they're just going to try to play the exits here, do as much damage as they can.
Finesse can survive in
One
pocket
enemy
too.
remaining.
FAZE may not. And it's 2 Spectres.
Looks like OPTIC setting both the KO and the Neon. As Zay pushes to Wine and gets an easy kill onto Poach.
I wonder
Both
how many
those
upgrades
guys.
he's gotten already.
It's got to be a few.
Marbot gets cleared. They have a good idea of where Finesse is now. He's going to get pushed off.
Surprisingly, on the topic of openers, these guys are going blow for blow on those first kills. And I've got to imagine it's Dicey who's leading that charge.
Yeah, given the stat line, that is surprising.
Yeah, it's 5-5 in first kills. This isn't that big of a deficit still for FaZe. I mean,
True.
We're approaching the end of the half, and eventually we're feeling like it will be, you know, an 8-4, something like that. But that's not all that terrible, honestly.
Continue to push forward across mid. Baby Bay
30
keeping his way up. He's got the dash ready to go. The paranoia, the fault line, everything thrown their way, and he's got to step back.
It's moments away from not actually being able to dash there.
Yeah. Oh, but you're watching the Marved. The stun was too much. Okay, you've gotten past the first one. Can you get past Ye? 10 seconds left.
10
Oh,
seconds
he's so
left.
patient. My goodness, he's so
planted.
patient.
You want to fight it?
And that's a problem too, because Baby Bay was playing mid to cut off rotations. That's no longer a factor. Ye gets a third on the round. It's just down to Superman. It seemed like they had control, and just as quickly as they get it, they lose it. OPTIC get to 7.
Big question marks on that round for me with FaZe as they plant gen what they've been doing great in the open qualifiers, but I just don't think so far that's actually going to be enough. Because, sure, when they're pushing on one side of the map, Baby Bay's finding rotators, and that's what he did in that round. But they're just too slow to actually recover. He got a kill last round inside of mid. Again, Dicey actually so good at scaling.
Uh-oh. You gotta give it to him. The guy's persistent. Rolling Thunder in his way as he swings around. Finesse cleans that up, and again, we have to remember that FaZe didn't have very much to their name.
One enemy remaining.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Finesse just marvs him. 8-3.
Fast speed for FaZe.
And I wonder if it's just to get the orb into Poise's hands. I think that's exactly what they were trying to do, but both of the openers out for FaZe fall. Hunter's Fury through, and you can look at it on the minimap, friends. OPTIC is just starting to wrap around and suffocate the options that FaZe have. They've lost a main control. You still have Ye in your face trying to cause problems. And now
And they have top mid control. They have them locked in at this point, Doug. There's no rotating. And the best part about that was Crash is getting ulted by Poach, the Sova ult. and he just cancels it with his own.
It happened so quick, bro. OPTIC was just like a flip of the switch. Take everything away from FaZe, including the half. 9-3.
Out of any team. Oh, this is a fast execute.
Look at that, bro. The flash, the double flash, the fast lane, everything.
It's just so pretty to look at, even though it doesn't look like it's really... Okay, they're actually using that as a fake to rotate and catch the people in mid, and they're squeezing with Victor pushing into market. That is beautiful. They're cooking stuff up in the lab, left and right, OPTIC. And I've said this over already. They're doubling down on what made them good last stage. So far in 2022, it's been, let's really work with our coach. Let's really lead the meta. And let's be flexible in a lot of different ways right here. Victor playing Neon, Yay going over to Chamber. Finesse, most notably, I think, moving off of Killjoy and onto Breach here.
I have no idea. Coach trying to dash around, but the clip runs dry. It's awkward, but Finesse gets it at the end of 14.
Didn't do last year. Let go of some of their talent. Same look, but this time they're not pushing in through market.
Yeah.
And they're just going to take the site. That's something now that you have to expect them to be able to do. Whenever they do that execute, it could be either a market crunch that's looking like an A execute, or an A execute that's looking like a market crunch.
And that gets so difficult to deal with, right? Because you have to be able to account for both, and it keeps them guessing. Although for now, FaZe is doing okay. Of course,
What is that?
That's, well,
I mean, that's
Neon, right?
Last player standing.
Somehow this gets to a 1v2. Finesse has the an advantage. He's healthy too. He's got to get rid of Poise Spectre. That's the only real threat on the other side. Spots a shoulder, a ponytail. Flash in his face. The spam through it. It's not going to be enough. Poise cleans him up. FaZe are going to get to 4.
What just happened? From this point, OPTIC was undefeated on their anti-ecos. They've been clean on there.
Still up 6 here. You've got the Rolling Thunder in Finesse's pocket.
They want to get KO's ult up for the next round too. There's evidence.
Spike down.
And they'll be able to do so with an orb. But nothing off the barrier.
With the deficit this big, though, FaZe have to try to get out of this as cleanly as possible. You already know Baby Bay and Dicey are going to have to rebuy armor, if nothing else. A little bit more, but now the spike comes down. The swing out from Superman at the exact same time. Uh-oh.
I've seen this story before. When you're going up against the dude. Oh, hold on. Another. Dude, they're just so interesting to watch.
Oh, Baby Bay. He
He
pushed up
just
mid,
got
though.
through. How did he get through?
And he got tacked up, down to 26 HP. You hear the no command come through. Poise has already fallen as they've taken control of A. There's really nothing close enough to fight back quite yet, so the one exception.
I love how Marked is also mixing in these shrouded steps while the execute is happening, using his ability to really break crossfires, break anything. FaZe didn't have anything on the site, and because there was the Rolling Thunder. So, Knife gonna come back up for crashes as well, and that could really, really cause problems.
No ultimate to speak of for FaZe with the exception of the Blade Storm. Op falls. Yeah, in a good spot to continue to be problematic. ARP close by too, and they're out, man. Save the op. Save as many rifles as you can. This round's a loss.
That's chaotic to start things off. I mean, Baby Bay almost found Victor, but I still... I've watched Neon a lot at this point. Played Neon a lot at this point. And it's still...
Line. It is. Similar look. And the exact same. Nothing, no additional layer to it.
Wait, did Crashy's also knife close cat? So the speed, even though Superman just gets 2 right there,
Spike down
Victor
A.
could get... Alright, Spike is down. This is a completely different situation, but look at Victor's position.
Last player standing.
Horizontal.
Flat. He's chalk on the ground. I'm just thinking back to that second round of the second half. He's just pushing. I mean... I'm just gonna flash. Stun the corner. Go quick. And they're all blind at this point. Still more flashes to follow up, and they don't know if Victor's actually out past that, so they have to give up the site.
But the thing is, Optic didn't take it. At least initially, and the Op is still there, up in heaven. Superman on the side to clean things up. It's just Ye left alone in this 1v3 through all of the chaos that ensued. He may have slipped in undetected. Oh, they know now.
Nice spring trap with that wall. No, not even using it.
Couple flashes early on. He's in a spot to make something happen. Nobody gets spammed through the smoke. The operator's offline.
Ridiculous from Marked.
Problem. Crashes can be 1-2, and here we go. Optic again reestablishing control.
I mean, giving them a taste of their own medicine.
Yep.
It's exactly the type of style that FaZe was approaching their attack side with. And they just peeked past what would be the trademarks of Dicey, but offline in this situation. So Baby Bay doesn't have anything to even swing off of, and still Ye is also poking on the other side of the map.
One enemy remaining.
Just putting the finishing touches on the round here as Poach falls. As much as Optic have liked playing fast and doing fun things around Victor and Crashies and Finesse at the beginning of the round, a much different pace here as they slow things down to a creep.
They just wasted the dash. Unbelievable. New patch. Baby Bay tries to activate it. He thinks that it's coming. He feels uncertain. And it's gone now.
30 seconds left.
And they don't even know, but okay. Let's see. 25 seconds. This execute has to be beautiful.
Superman's got to go big here. He's got some cover around him. A good flash initially to keep Dicey off. Superman gets 2. That's massive. And now there's not a whole lot of time left. They're going to have to regain the spike and make a move very quickly. And Bala, I don't know that there's enough. You still have Dicey up top. Heaven. Victor's down. It's all onto Ye. Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Not necessarily hitting that same performance, so I've got to step up.
Interesting look here. Victor's used his ult. Nobody playing logs. There is a little bit of resistance on the site. Now you see the Cosmic Divide coming through. No command. Follow! Just a narrow angle there. It's not able to convert it. They've established control of B. Now it's going to be on FaZe to try to retake back with nothing but Supermen and Poached. Oh boy. Yeah, he ultimately gives the space up, understanding there's still strength in numbers. And they can take this from a really advantageous position. Superman, they slip the net. Takes care of crashes. But are you expecting Ye? No, they're not. The Rolling Thunder leaves Superman as a sitting duck.
And make it so that they have to be scared of that idea entirely.
They're not scared. No fear there. Mind you, Fade was not on that side of the map. Victor starting things off with the fast pace, the pace that we've come to know and love out of Optic on Fracture in particular. They've taken B site, full control, and FaZe are left with 3.
Spike
They're coming
planted.
through arcade. Baby Bay with a great entry. 2 players that he has to deal with on stairs, and he won't be able to do that.
Blaze falls already, leaving Dicey alone. He's got a couple of shots. Yep, in that Headhunter. He's got a weak players. But the Headhunter to different teams at Reykjavik, and mind you, it's early, but FaZe seemed a bit overwhelmed and caught off guard in the initial round. You talk about them changing pace. They throw the brakes on this one.
Yeah, this round too, though, they brought poised over. And Superman and Baby Bay here rotated off the site. They're going to actually retake fast through arcade, but Optic didn't even commit. And they have so much room to re-execute because of all the utility they have, but Dicey's insane. Get stupid, they're not expecting the last here either.
No. Now Poach's position's been given away. The flash to try to keep him at bay. It's not going to happen as he swings around, cleans him up. Numbers advantage in favor of FaZe. The spike's still in tow for Optic. They have to take control. You've got some time. Looking for any shred of information that you can get. There's something.
Spike planted.
They maintain control actually of Halls.
Oh, he's got to go big here. That's only good for 1. Maybe Bay and Poise are both weak, though.
They can't split up. Gotta stay tucked together. And they're going through halls. It's kind of planted for Crashes here. He does not have a fragment to delay this. Has to take the fight, and they're both weak.
Does he swing? Does he wait?
Enemy
Oh,
remaining.
he waits. Now the flash, now the swing, now the shots, the
That
Red
is
Bull.
hard, but still,
Mark two.
not exactly normal. That's another thing right there that I think the desk was a little overlooking. Those Haunts get in such different positions than Sova and his darts.
Boys, there's 3 players on the other side of this wall. He's been CC'd up to high heaven, can't see a dang thing, but somehow Superman gets 2 massive ones. Now OPTIC push forward as Victor's gotten 2.
Spike
This round is
down,
far from
B.
over. 2v2's what remains.
Spike planted.
Oh,
1 enemy remaining.
Crashes pushed through Canteen.
Again, Crashy's in a clutch situation. Dicey and Superman on the other side. 2 armor. He's got a knife. He sees a shoulder, and it's not gonna matter as Dicey cleans it up. And FaZe are gonna get the defuse.
There, it looks like I'd be curious if they're gonna pop this fast.
There's another ult we didn't talk about. It's Victor's. Fast lane to try to provide some cover, and they've gotten the space that they wanted. They've gotten onto the site. This is going to be a bloodbath to fight back for. You hear the orbital strike come through as it's going to clear things out and catch
no.
Crash. He's on the way. Now they've got the flank on him. Man, OPTIC are in a world of hurt here. They've got to be careful about how they navigate this situation. FaZe quietly but surely creeping their way forward. The Prowler to clear out halls.
Spike
They're stuck.
planted.
Yeah, there's really no way out. They had to commit to it. Mind you, Finesse and Ye only have pistols. The only rifle that they had on their side is now fallen. And with that, will fall the rest of OPTIC. As FaZe are going to tie us up at 2 apiece. Just not much, really, for OPTIC to punch back with here.
Yeah, no, just the pistols there. They try to up the pace.
There's that Haunt again. It looked like it got cleared out instantly. No tags.
Look, no, they're still pushing. Marved actually stays all the way back specifically to break that Haunt. And while FaZe did explore a little bit further than you might have expected because there was presence there, they're not actually rotating.
Rolling Thunder. There's not going to be anyone there. The no command 2. They've given up the space. FaZe is almost perfectly run a semicircle around everything being thrown their way so that they can reaggress on their terms.
Is there a flash?
But look at OPTIC. They're pushing forward. Ye's already gotten 1.
The stun!
Marved. There he is. Oh, and Superman cleans him up.
That was Victor's relay bolt who stunned him.
And no, Poach has his Rolling Thunder, so he can counter that right back. Ye's in trouble, but no, the flash gets him right out of it. 3v2 in favor of OPTIC. Poach and Baby Bay, the only 2 that remain. Spike ticking away. Taking their post plant. They managed to push Victor out, but that's not the only problem here that you have to deal with. Ye's gotten 3 with the up. Oh, and Finesse gets that last one to clean things up.
So, usually when we see this knife out from them onto Dish, and they hold actually the bottom side of the map, the south side, they're just getting ult orbs, setting up a little pressure over towards A, but then they almost always fall back into this B tower push. See if that's the same case here.
It's like you've read the script. You called it. They pushed up. They got orb control, and now it seems like they're going to rotate right back.
This is always a difficult hit to deal with. But they're starting it from so far back
Yeah.
because they don't have the space. And Ye gets taken out. He didn't explore underpass at all. He didn't help them make this approach onto Arcade. But they still have to deal with the onslaught of ults, or sorry, not ults, flashes that comes through as Victor hard pushes tower.
And much like in the previous round, look at FaZe's positioning right now. They're already okay with giving up the space and fighting for a retake. They have the numbers advantage. Work things out, and Baby Bay 1 point from the ult. That showstopper could be a factor here late in this round, and there it is. He's got it online. Now the question is he going to pull the trigger? Drops it right into his lap, but it doesn't hit Crash. It whizzes right by his ear. The flash to swing out. He lands the shots anyway. Flashed up. Oh, Finesse is in a 1v4, and it's going to take more than just that to pull this one off. FaZe tie us up at 3. Balla, it seems like Once they realize that OPTIC is going to be able to fight for control of site, they just give it up. They're so confident in their
Time it's
retail.
on the arcade side.
Let's play.
Do want to push with Baby Bay, and the value that you get when it's not broken is immense. Baby Bay is going to get into underpass against this eco round from OPTIC, plus tour de force from Ye. Look at the time. Look when they start rotating. Baby Bay still hasn't cleared the corner, has not peaked. So they're still set up in their default positions.
Worth noting, too, that Poised has the Nightfall. Be the first we'd see in North America. Let's see how he chooses to use that as the round, again, has gone silent. The fast lane comes through now. Dicey just gets decapitated as soon as he swings around. And look at Superman going hunting. Pushes into the smoke, gets one, but that's all it's going to be good for. Now the side in control of FaZe. And if we were going to see the Nightfall, this is where it would be.
Yeah, he's falling back to his teleport as well. He's anchored.
That's 3.
That essentially takes all the punch out of this retake attempt, surely, right? Nope, they're going for it anyway. There's a Nightfall. Prowler to follow up, and the Orbital Strike is going to cook him. But they have to swing out right through, right into Victor's lap. Poach has already fallen. Poison alone in this 1v3. Both Victor and Marv weak. Ye is as well. I mean, none of them are healthy, but they're so spread out.
Yeah, on the other side, you have to deal with that. Dicey falling early costs them all of sight.
This way. Gotta go.
They've thrown a lot at tower here, and there's nobody home. But Victor's going to gladly take the space, push his way forward. Well, they've gotten this far. What do they want to do with it?
Poise is really exposed if they come up actually through tree.
Marv is weak with the operator. But Poise already falls. You mentioned how weak he was. Finesse has that rolling thunder too. You see him on the top half of the minimap waiting for see if anyone's going to flank around. Ye's already fallen.
Such a strong rolling thunder to use from this side. And Ye falling again gives Dicey that opportunity, but this rolling thunder is not going to let anybody through. Even though this kill goes through, they still have to deal with that.
And there's a rolling thunder. It's going to push him back. Hits all three. Dicey, the only one who goes through unscathed.
Crashy still has a fragment too to delay the spike defuse.
Finesse trying to cut off rotation, trying to cut off crosses. He's not able to get anything as FaZe waltz their way in, take everything they want, and get the defuse.
And I mentioned on Ascent how good OPTIC was at actually releasing their trap. He's
He's got the satchels. The nades through right into his lap. Victor, but Baby Bay not able to get much. The orbital strike is. As Poach does too. They're just mowing over OPTIC here.
for Victor to actually dip past.
One enemy remaining.
And so they ulted as well, and they completely shut down that early play.
Not your best.
5-4.
Different look here. They tested the waters towards Dish, got the ult orb into Victor's hands, and now looks like they want to turn their attention back towards the southern half of the map.
The really crazy part too is that every time they've actually pushed towards halls, they've gotten through halls, except the pistol round.
Yeah.
And that's because FaZe is not even playing the C's from the Fade on this side of the map. They're not playing the combo of Baby Bay and Fade.
Flash.
Careful here. They are leaning towards A, but they do have 3 players on the side of FaZe to try to hold this thing back. Well, make it 2. As Baby Bay's already fallen, Ye pushing his way forward, waiting to see if anyone's going to challenge him in halls, and there are a couple of players going. Crashy's pushing the matter forward, and Victor does too. They both fall. As Poised up top, trades one back. See that honk come through, the fault line to follow. Not very many ways for FaZe to get into this thing. They're outnumbered, they're outgunned, and it's just gone from bad to worse. As Dicey is the only one that remains. He's got that operator in his hands, but time is not on his side either.
He's just getting an exit at this point.
Yeah.
As he chose, actually, he pushed tree. So he was on the south side of the map. Mob Poisonous fighting inside of halls. He took the rope, right? So that's why he's here. But he left his team out to dry, and unfortunately, even if he
much further, or much earlier, I think, than anyone really anticipated.
I like this.
Go, go, go.
A knife all the way to the back of halls. That looks like it's being thrown from way earlier, but it's the classic B execute here. With flashes through the wall.
Vintage optic, but the nightfall is intended there to counter, and they didn't really account for what was happening underground as Baby Bay gets one. Really, it's across the entire team as FaZe is getting exactly what they're looking for. Flash is going to push.
They're in sight, though.
He's back.
And Crash isn't letting them. Finesse does not know. He's dead.
One left.
Good read, too.
For Optic. Rifles.
So dead.
And you have that Tour de Force in his hand, so Crash is the one guy who's going to have to make it happen with the Sheriff.
They're using the rope a lot.
FaZe
Rotate.
are in a really good spot here. They have the Rolling Thunder and the Showstopper. And you can see the pressure, but Finesse is there for the setup. That's automatically going to draw out the Showstopper. No follow-up. Does he go? Yeah, he does. The satchel! No way Victor survives that. Marv gets 2 massive kills.
It's falling apart. Victor still has his fast lane to get through if he wants. But the orbital strike pushes the back. Poach is going for it!
Rolling Thunder gets poached 2 easy kills before he falls. I see Superman, the 2 that remain. There's another Rolling Thunder as that's going to try to pave
It
the way,
misses!
but I
It
don't
misses!
believe that it hits Superman. And there he is, right in the back of the head. Now they know where he is. He gets the second, looking for the third. No, it's Dicey who gets it. Try and look and see what FaZe is playing here. Finesse just got his fault line back up after using it at the opener of the round. Now he's in a position where he can use it again. That's exactly what he does. Start to delay some of that push. But of course, it wouldn't be FaZe if they don't push into it anyway.
Well, that relay bolt just got 2 stuns off.
But Finesse goes unchecked.
Spike down A.
He's only able to take 1 as the kills erupt on the site. And they haven't made their way in. Balla, they've held back
30 seconds left.
FaZe's initial push. Uh-oh. They're going to try to go through the middle of the map, and they take care of Crashies. What more can Baby Bay find?
20 seconds there. They can't cross!
no!
Oh!
Spike
It's
down
Dicey left
A.
alone in this 1v2. Victor's weak.
Here's a haunt on the left side of Dish. It should spot them. Yes! A trail, but not onto Victor.
A little bit of action right off the bat towards Dish. And you see on the mini-map, as Optic are starting to flank around. So if Ye can't hold things, as he seems to have done just fine, for now, you've got 2 people flanking through. Thing is, there's only 1 player left on Dish. It's unfortunately the important player, the one with the spike.
Down A.
Now, Dicey, while alive, is on the opposite side of the map in this 1v3 without the spike, looking to see if he spots anyone. No, he didn't see Finesse there.
The nice thing about it is they've used both of the Prowlers. You didn't have enough money for another one.
I'm out of here.
I was going to say, you do get a lot of that type of drone ability when you play the Fade. One of her benefits, too.
It feels like you're still trying to convince me, and I'm not sold. They were going to push their way into Arcade. You see FaZe all over the place. A heavy 5-stack that way. Victor with the nade in his face has to reposition. They've lost tower. Oh, but Crash, he takes it back. He's still holding it down in the middle of the map. Marv is there too. Spike down. And it's in Crashy's lap. There's really no way for FaZe to easily get that thing back.
Especially now that Crashes is pushed through that smoke.
Yeah.
Took a big risk, but a massive payoff. 20 seconds left. Almost impossible to recover when Crashes in that position.
Last player standing.
Nice kill to take care of the op.
But look at how he's actually going to satchel twice with the stim, but finds nothing.
Yeah, and
He
that's
does
what
get
Breach is
through
so
it,
good
though.
here. Yeah. It does get through it, but it delays some of that right off the bat.
Let's play.
Yeah, realistically, you want to get in somebody's face and potentially find a kill and pick up a gun.
This.
Prowler that's dropped. I mean, FaZe have done well to get up as far as they have on halls, but that's really as far as they've advanced. An Optic patient. You see Crash, he's not rotating over. Yay, being
Front side of that.
careful. No way. All right, there's a showstopper. It cleans up Victor. That's going to draw the rotations over for sure. Dicey finds a second one to crack the side open. And FaZe have set the side ablaze through their utility, through the kills that they're looking for to find the openers to get the space that they need, but Ye has arrived. much more can he find? The 2v3. They only have pistols. Dicey's the difference maker. He's already gotten 3, but Crashy's...
Oh, no, the third point is gone!
Stops it, no freaking way.
Stronghold against what looks like FaZe. Tilting their way towards the A site.
Yeah, I was going to say Finesse should have his fault line back up shortly, and it just popped back up. Now he's sitting on it. A couple of shoulders are spotted by Crashies. There it is, the haunt. Through Victor in a world of hurt. Finesse, he hasn't given up. Towers control yet. He's already gotten 2. The Rolling Thunder, but does he realize there are people behind him? He did, but it didn't matter. Marv now with a Prowler in his face. He's able to clear that out. Poised and Superman. 1, 2, they both fall. And the third!
Letting them take space after. Finesse swaps back over, but look at the push. They're pushing into underpass. Continuing to maintain control. They might get caught, though.
Face your fear.
Stimmy to push him. The Nightfall, excuse me.
Misses.
Flashes. They have everything layered that way. And Crashies gladly welcomes it. Pushes through the nade. Pushes through the mollies to try to get to kill. Not able to get anything, but a second flash and the orbital strike right in their lap as Marv cooks them up. Poised and Baby Bay both fall. Oh, and Optic. They just look like they're trying to get out of this thing as fast as
FaZe
possible.
trying to work halls.
They have gotten, look at that, man, that aftershock. That just delays everything. As soon as Optic realize that there's the possibility of pressure through halls, Finesse just dumps utility there, and there's no way for FaZe to get in.
And past that as well, Superman's HP, he's down to so low. 30 HP, got hit twice. It's a good
Got
pick.
his, yeah.
Big ult too from Poach. Up.
That's a good
He's got the
spot.
rolling thunder. They're back over towards B. Ace left alone. He's gonna fight though. Also low HP now.
This is a really important round for FaZe after the timeout with the light armor on a couple of them. They've got to make this one convert. You see the orbital strike comes through. Yay with the operator up top, drops down after taking a head off. It's all down to the 3 that remain for FaZe. Victor with his ult. Nothing doing, but it gets traded right back. Baby Bay and Poise, the 2 that remain. Yay, 10 HP and up close. As he lands that shot, Optic gets to 12. There may be a fade. 22 and 11. Just yay things at this point. FaZe backs against the ropes. They're down big as they try to extend this series.
Crash is alone.
But again, pushing into utility because why not? And it works again.
No way.
Surrounded everything. Thrown in his lap. Victor and Ye in this 2v3.
One enemy remaining.
Well, Ye in a 1v3.
Big knife as well for Crash is gonna land all the way back on the north side of the map. Really late. Oh my goodness, that goes to Dish.
All
It
the way
spotted
down.
3. It spotted all 3.
Oh, that's a big kill, though. There are 2 rifles. Also, Baby Bay just got his showstopper. There are win conditions to this round. Yep, and that's one of them. Dicey. Turns out Crashies knows how to wield that thing. He's shabby himself. He's gonna have to get another one. Boys pushing up. He's not able to land the shot. The classic swing around. No, he falls. Now the operator goes into the hands of FaZe.
Spike planted.
Victor on the flank might be able to do this thing. It's a 2v3 in favor of Optic. They're approaching this retake from different sides. The fast lane, the relay bolt, and now they push their way forward. Victor's not finding a way in. Finesse left alone in this 1v3. Molly's everything around him, and it looks like Finesse is just going to have to save.
And who was it? Crashies?
I believe so.
No, Crashies eventually traded him. It must have been marked on the site.
What do FaZe call here? Flash to create some space as they want to pressure tower. Crashies has already been spotted. You see the trail left behind.
Look how far up Dicey is by himself. They're really scared of actually that north side pinch coming in. So Poach and Baby Bay were waiting way back, and Dicey's found a lot of space to scale.
Showstopper, Baby Bay goes
Canceled.
up. Yep. And he's getting spammed through the smoke. There's nothing for him to do there. Dicey and Poise both fall. 4v3 in favor of Optic. Make that a 4v2. Poach and Baby Bay, what do you have in you? It's going to take heroics. It's going to take magic to make this thing happen. That's a good start.
One enemy remaining.
No ultimates to work with. Poach in this 1v3 to keep the series alive. Here's Victor up above him, and Crash, she spams behind at the end. The 3K, a 13-9 win for OPTIC as they take care of FAZE 2-0.
The dub. So congratulations on finding your first win, Marv, here in the opening match for VCT for Stage 2.
I appreciate it. It was a fun match against one of my old teams, so it's nice to get the win.
Now, I've gotten the pleasure of watching you from your early days in CS, like seeing you play with teams like Ace Gaming and ZBG, and you were always a mechanical demon. Like, you always had really good mechanics. But what is it about OPTIC now that helps you elevate your game to a different level? Because just over the last month or so, looking at your performance at Masters and now here today as well, it seems like you've transcended and kind of elevated to a new level.
I feel like not only just from this team, obviously this team is great. They're very smart, so it's good to play around them. And not only that, but I feel like just as a person, I've grown a lot. And as a player, I just gotten smarter, I think. More intelligent, I guess. And yeah, I just feel like I've just matured as a person overall, so it just helps me in my game.
Now, map 1, you were the only one on your team running the same agent that we saw you guys run from your composition at Masters. Obviously, with the new patch, a lot of teams are trying out new things. Should we expect to see more of these agent composition juggles coming in from you guys as we see your map pool expand in the coming weeks?
Yeah, we actually got chat actually has a folder of all these cringe comps that we can run, so it's definitely great to have. We have a lot of comps that we can run, so any team we play, just know it's going to be different every game.
Well, I mean, looking at the new patch specifically, obviously we've got a new agent in the fold, right? We've got Fade, and I was kind of wondering if we were going to see Fade brought into that series, potentially from your opposition in FaZe, or potentially from you guys, knowing that you like to kind of try things a little bit earlier than everybody else. We saw that with Stage 1 and the Neon pick. I'm curious on your thoughts on Fade, and whether or not we'll see Fade kind of work into the mix with OPTIC.
I feel like as a character, she's good. And as far as our team goes, I'm not sure yet, or we're not sure yet. I mean, right now we obviously didn't run them today, but it could definitely change. If we find the meta's like drifting towards her, then we'll start using her. But we just don't think she's that viable right now, especially on those two maps.
Last question before I let you go. The narrative coming into Stage 2, and honestly, going back to even last year, is that no team has really established themselves as a dynasty in the international era, the VCT era. We see different teams winning each event. We don't really see one team kind of cementing themselves. Does that put more pressure on you guys to find success here, to potentially be the first team to go back-to-back at winning these international events?
Honestly, our team doesn't look too that ahead in the future. Obviously, we want to be great, but our main purpose is every game we play our hardest, and every game we try to win. It doesn't matter if it's group stage, playoffs, elimination bracket. We're just going to play every round perfectly as we can. And yeah, if we end up winning another one, that'll be great. If we end up winning many more, that'll be great. But yeah, we're just going to take it one game at a time for now.
Well, congratulations again on the win. I look forward to seeing what you guys are going to do in the coming weeks.
I appreciate it.
Well, that does